Welcome to the Massage Business Success Podcast. My name is Amy Bradley Radford, and I help solopreneurs just like you learn how to do it all. I teach you how to earn $60,000 a year or more at the table, while also providing you with the continuing education you need to be successful without burning yourself out. I'm a board-certified massage therapist and have been practicing massage therapy for over 30 years, and I'm a nationally approved continuing education provider for over 20 years. I had my monthly business column in Massage Magazine called Advanced Business Strategy for many years, where I was able to share all kinds of tips about how to have a successful business with business owners just like you. I have also developed the Pain Patterns and Solutions modality, where we learn how to apply non-inflammatory therapeutic massage techniques to create real pain relief that lasts. Now, if you're ready to help your clients and make money at the same time, let's dive in. Well, welcome everybody to our podcast today. We are going to be talking about trading chores for choices, how outsourcing laundry changes your massage business. So I want to be real for just a second. Folding sheets is not living the dream. Trust me, it's not. Today, we're getting into how outsourcing the right chores can finally free you up to live the life you actually want. So today's episode is all about trading chores for choices and why outsourcing just one thing could completely change your business and life. So as I was putting this podcast together, I was thinking about, the shift that outsourcing laundry did for my business. And so I started envisioning this little dream, and I wanted to share this dream with everyone listening to this podcast. So just picture this with me. Let's pretend it's Friday afternoon and you've had a full week of massage. You're closing up your massage room. You're feeling that sweet sense of freedom until you remember what's waiting for you at home. And it's a mountain of laundry. You have sheets, you have towels, you have pillowcases, you have enough fabric to sail a ship. You load that pile of laundry into your car, convincing yourself that when you get home, you'll knock it out. But here's the spoiler alert. You're going to spend all weekend doing it. So instead of spending that weekend sorting, washing, folding, and wondering how you got here, but you know what? Just what if, and stay with me, just what if you handed off that mountain of laundry to somebody else and you just got to drive home listening to your favorite playlist, planning a weekend that was actually yours? When was the last time you didn't have to rotate laundry the first thing in the morning and the last thing at night and have this marathon weekend? How would it be to just have some freedom, some absolute freedom from all that laundry? So really, freedom in a massage business isn't found at the bottom of a laundry basket. It's found in smart choices. So I'm going to introduce someone to you that I have met and I am so impressed with. I'm impressed with the business model. I'm impressed with how he's serving the massage community. He really has a passion and a dream for massage therapists. And his name is David Laing. And David and I met he actually reached out to me as a business coach because he wanted to understand the psyche of massage therapists. He wanted to understand how they really thought and what they really needed inside their businesses. So he brought me an incredible perspective, not just as a business owner, but as someone who understands how small shifts like outsourcing laundry can totally transform the energy and longevity of your massage career. So David, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Amy. I'm so happy to be here and so happy to see you again.
Well, I'm excited to have you on the podcast because I think you have some great perspective to offer our listeners today, because this is truly a game changer. It really is. You wouldn't think that outsourcing your laundry would be a game changer, and you wouldn't think that that would be the next step in building your business better. But I believe that that is exactly what massage therapists need to do. So David, you talked to me about a survey that you put out to the massage therapists you serve, but I'm going to back up just a little bit. Tell us what you do. Tell us how you got to this point. Tell us how we met, and tell us where you're going.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so I own a laundry company in a small city west of Toronto. There's 150,000 people in our city. We bought the laundromat. It's a laundromat with a pickup and delivery wash and fold service. We bought it 3 years ago in July of 2022, and we've since then grown the wash and fold pickup and delivery side, serving residential customers as well as small business owners like massage therapists. And in fact, massage therapists make up um, the majority of our small business customers. We also have a hair salon and a small nursing home and a few other things, some manufacturing. But massage therapists are really our the make up the bulk of our B2B customers. And I was thinking about how we could continue to grow on the B2B side. The serving residential customers is wonderful, and we're always working towards that. Um, but the massage therapists I just love because, I mean, as a laundry business owner, they're producing a lot of laundry.
We do. We produce a lot of laundry, a lot.
So that's basically music to my ears as a laundry guy. So um, I was like, I wanted to figure out how I could better serve our massage therapy customers. Uh, and if I could better serve them, how could I bring in new massage therapy customers to us?
One of the things I like since I've met you, David, is,
Mm,
and I work with a lot of business owners. I work with business owners outside of massage as well. And you get a really good feel for what people are really interested in. And
mhm,
while you're running a business and you want to create a profitable business, I've been really warmly surprised at how much you are truly interested in helping massage therapists actually improve and make more money and be more profitable at the table and understand how to build a better business, even just through a laundry site. I've been really inspired by your mind and what you're really putting behind this. This isn't just laundry. This
mhm,
is actually, like business strategy. This is like future of your business and how do you make your business better for you. And so,
mhm,
you and I've had all this conversation, but I just had to throw that in because I have really enjoyed getting to meet you as a business owner. And I think some of the things that you have to offer, just about understanding how having a laundry service fits into a massage therapist business, is really a profound change. It really is.
Well, thank you very much, Amy. And likewise, I was a little bit hesitant. I shouldn't say hesitant, but when I told you my idea and why I wanted to connect with you, um, I was so happy to see that you could see my vision and you could understand what we were trying to do, and it became really exciting because then we were able to work alongside each other.
Yeah,
Um,
we have brainstormed a lot because
yeah.
I'll be honest, I've reached out to some massage therapists, or even in my coaching, I'm like, have you ever considered a laundry service? And there is a lot of hesitation. There is. And I think it's just because when you go to set up a business model or you think about making money, you don't necessarily, as a massage therapist, think about spending money in order to earn more money. And where we have a ceiling, we can only work so many hours, and that's what we make. We can't continually grow unless
Mhm.
you follow some of my principles and learn how to raise your prices and change your business model and leverage yourself. Just this is one of those leveraging principles, but we don't connect the dots. And I really wanted to put you on the podcast because I want more massage therapists to connect this dot, to
Mhm.
understand that this particular type of service frees up so much more inside your business that can benefit you in ways that you have no idea. I can't even tell you what it's like to know. I mean, that little story I read, when you know that somebody else is going to take care of your number one chore, the biggest thing that you have to take care of, and you come back and your laundry's done. I mean, serious. If he lived in my town, he'd be doing my home laundry too. So it's amazing to know that he comes and he picks up your laundry and they take it and they wash it, they fold it, and they bring it back to you. They bring it back to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not as expensive
No.
as people think. It's really an investment. We've talked about this. Yes, there is a small outlay of we're going to call it investment capital essentially to pay for your laundry, but that opens up so much time, whether you choose to spend that time with your family or you choose to add an extra hour at the end of your day where you could be doing 5 more massages, potentially making hundreds more per week, thousands more per month, for that small investment. And when we look at it almost like you could break it down per sheet. And so each client that you see, if you were to say use 2 sheets per client,
Mhm.
it's a few dollars per massage.
No different than the ounces of oil or product
Right.
they use. No different than, anything else that you look at, or, if you have Spotify for your, it's 3 cents per client or what. It's looking
Right.
at
Yeah.
that.
Right.
It's like looking at what does it take for every massage? What does it cost me for every massage? And it's not what you think. It's not what you think it is. David, I want to go back to the survey that you actually did
Mhm.
for your massage therapists.
Mhm.
Tell us about that survey, because this is kind of how you and I met. And
Yeah.
I mean, it was so interesting to hear what so many of these massage therapists told you inside this survey. So go ahead.
Yeah, it was really interesting. So I knew that if I wanted to serve more massage therapists, I needed to figure out what massage therapists truly wanted. So I created a 30 question questionnaire, and I offered all of my massage therapy clients half off their laundry for the month if they would take the time and really think about the questions and put in thoughtful answers so that I could get in behind sort of in their minds and see what fears they have, what they really want, what their desires are, as business owners. It was amazing to me that every single one said in the survey that they wanted to make more per session. Some said that they wanted to actually make more per year, but they didn't want to work more hours. And others said they actually wanted to work less, but they didn't want to lose their current income. So some had young families, and they said, I'd actually rather scale back and see less clients, but I also don't want to lose the income, and I'm not sure how to rectify that gap.
That's the same question I hear all the time as a business coach. How do I earn more, work less, or how do I scale myself and not have to work so many hours? Or it's the same thing. Yeah.
And that was really cool to hear. When you and I spoke, well, I guess just to back up for a sec. So after I did the survey, I said, okay, well, this is great. If I could help them with that, that would potentially give them longer, more successful, more profitable careers. And then that in turn benefits me as a laundry service because they'll continue to see the value in what I provide in
Right.
supporting them in their business efforts. So I mean, obviously, I'm in a different industry. I have no idea how to help massage therapists specifically increase their rates and earn more per session. So this is why
This,
I reached
this is
out to
why we
Amy
got to
Bradley
talk.
Kepler.
Yes. This is where I come into play here. How do you earn
Right.
more session, and how do you create longevity, and how can you be a massage therapist for years? I mean, I'm heading into 33. How do you really stay at the table that long? What are all of the things that you can do that create the longevity for you to do this? And this is where David's piece fits into what I talk to people about. And that is, how do you conserve energy? Because honestly, and this is kind of a great segue into some of the things I wanted to talk about, because having someone do your laundry is not necessarily an expense. It's a conservation of energy. And I've talked to people about this for years. You only have so much energy as a massage therapist to do massage. And if that's where you make your money, if massage is your form of currency, then you have to realize that you have to conserve your energy for massage. So, is it more to your benefit to spend 10 hours doing your laundry every weekend or other subsidiary tasks inside your business? Is it to your benefit to spend your energy there? Or is it to your benefit to spend your energy for one more hour at the table because you're not putting out those 10 hours at home? Which is the better one? And it's obvious. It's obvious to anybody. I mean, it's kind of an irony when you say, well, they don't want to work more hours and they want to make more. How about we take one of those hours that we're working and we turn around and pay for laundry? So then we have more energy to either take into our personal life or put into the existing massages we have. Because I'm here to tell you, if you can put that energy into the existing massages, then you create more value and then you can raise your prices. And this is how these pieces kind of fit together. And massage therapists aren't always trained to think that way. We're not trained to think in terms of how do we break our energy down and move it around and make it more profitable for us. And it really is about understanding your own value, understanding your energy, what you can put into a massage, and understanding what's worth paying for to conserve that energy that then brings in more money into your business. And this is where I think that's kind of what you were hearing inside your survey. And I think that's one of the reasons why your current clientele are very dedicated to you when it comes to massage therapists, because they've already figured this out. If you've never had somebody take care of your laundry for you, then you have no idea the relief and the relaxation and the ability to go, I don't have to worry about this aspect of my business. That's the biggest part of our workload in our business outside of the muscles that we're pummeling at all day long. So
Yeah, that's right. And you know what too, Amy, like when we started out with the laundry service, we took over from the previous owner, and it was much like a massage therapist who's starting out. We had to find clients. And so we really weren't that busy when we started 3 years ago. I would just take an hour every day, and I spent that time, rather than managing the inner workings of the business, I spent that time on marketing efforts. So when you're not having to do laundry, even if, for example, you are maybe starting out and don't have a whole ton of clients yet per week, you could take that time and focus on working on the business rather than holding sheets. It could be an hour on marketing efforts, and whatever that business owner, that massage therapist chooses to use their time, it's going to be immensely more valuable than the few dollars per hour that you're essentially earning by doing your own laundry.
I think that's a great analogy. I think that's a great business analogy. Massage people that I've met, we're all artists. We don't really even like to balance our checkbooks. Although I don't think people talk about checkbooks anymore, but they don't like to pay attention to all the paperwork and stuff. But really, you're even saying in your business that where you chose to dedicate your time perpetuated and created more business for you. And so even from a massage therapy perspective, where are you choosing to place your energy and time that then perpetuates your business? Is it in a task that someone else could do, that you could outsource? Because then you can turn around and triple, quadruple your income, for that 1 hour of time. I mean, you have to start thinking in terms of what is it really worth to me? And, last week on the podcast, I talked about an insurance gentleman that I met, and he was actually a client of mine. And he said this really profound thing to me. And he said, I went to a class to learn about designation of time inside my business and how to be more profitable. And the biggest key concept that he took away from that was he earned on average $250 an hour. Makes you want to be an insurance salesman. No, I don't want to be an insurance salesman, but he made $250 an hour. Was it more beneficial and he said, I can change the oil on my car. It takes an hour. I can mow my lawn. It takes 3 hours, or I can pay somebody, $80 to change my oil and $50 to mow my lawn and still not work a whole hour and make the money to cover it. You have to think in those terms. What is it worth to you? And how do you actually, I call it, maximize your time and efforts so that it actually benefits you more instead of trying to do it all yourself, all of it yourself.
That's a great analogy. And what we found with our clients, and again, this is going to be different market to market, but in our area here, essentially a week's worth of most of our clients, our massage therapy clients, they all charge about the same.
Yeah.
And really, we do a week of their laundry, and it costs them about an hour's worth of billing.
Yeah, one hour a week.
One hour, yeah.
One hour a week covers their massage laundry. Yeah, that's a great trade-off. Because instead of going home and doing anywhere from 6 to 10 hours of laundry, because really, if you're running a business and you have 18 to 20 or plus clients a week, and you have 20 sets of sheets and towels or whatever that you're constantly rotating through. I mean, like I said, when I was doing my own laundry, it was the first thing I did when I got up in the morning, because I was usually rotating 2 loads of laundry through while I was getting my kids ready for school and trying to do something, and then throwing them in a basket, never folding them, and hiding them somewhere so nobody could see that I didn't fold them. And then I would come home and it was the first thing I threw in before I even got to sit down with my kids.
Mhm.
It was the first thing I did, and it was the last thing I did at night. And yes, I got efficient at it, but boy, things changed a lot different when it was different when somebody else was doing it for me, and I didn't have to constantly have that push, because I never got to stop working, David.
Mhm. Yeah.
I never got to go home and say, I'm home, I get to relax. It's like, no, I got 2 or 3 loads of laundry I have to put through on top of my family's. So I mean, you have to really look at it that way,
Absolutely.
of the freedom you have. And when you're running a business, any business, I don't care, but even massage therapy, when you have maximized all your hours, you're working every hour in your schedule and you're doing as much as you can, you need some downtime.
Yeah.
You do. You need to be able to step away from it. And that's the other thing I hear from people, and it was probably on that survey as well, is I want to be able to walk away from my business and it's not running my life all the time.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. I asked, even some of my massage therapy clients, when I have spoken to them on the phone, I said, just as for feedback for ourselves, what would you do? Well, I guess what's the biggest benefit that this brings to you, like our laundry service? And I remember one of our massage therapy clients said that she gets to spend more time with her daughter. I mean, it's just an absolute no-brainer when somebody in their mind is like, you know what, I actually get more time with my child
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not doing this task that is constant.
It is constant. It is constant. And David, I'll take it one step further, and this is just my perspective. And that is, it's the constant pressure multiplied in years
Mm,
that creates burnout inside small businesses. And you have to look for ways to take the pressure off of you. We get so, I call it thirsty for business, when we start out in business. And so we do everything we possibly can, but as you become busier and your schedule becomes full and it becomes packed, you have to start looking for ways to get out of all of that pressure. You have to find ways to, and this, for a massage therapist, this is one of the biggest ones that you can do.
yeah. And you know what? I think in this day and age with as entrepreneurs, especially if we're on Twitter and we're around entrepreneurialism,
Yeah, yeah.
we get this constant message that growth is the most important thing, and we're all trying to hit
Higher,
100% growth.
more. Yeah. How do you
Yeah,
get more out of yourself? How do you multitask to the 100th percentile? How do you do it all? How do you do it all?
that's right. And really, when you sit back and say, what was the measure of success? Was the measure of success hitting 89% growth year after year, or was the measure of success that you provided for your family doing something you love for 25, 30, 33 years,
Mm-hmm.
um, and feeling great and going on your vacations and doing everything and living the life that you want to live. And really, that was the goal. That's why people got started in massage therapy or whatever industry
Yes.
they chose
Or any
to
business.
find a
Yeah.
life for themselves.
Yeah. Time
So,
freedom. Isn't that what they call it? We go into, because we want to control our time. Do you know how many people I work with that their time is out of control? I'm going to become self-employed so I can control my time, until they realize that their business controls them if they don't control it.
it happens to so many people, like
Yes.
in so many industries, every industry. It's just so easy to get into because you're trying to serve the client, you're trying to grow, and we forget that really it's about creating a life.
See, this is the perspective that I love, that you turn around and infuse, and you're not just coming in and saying, hey, be my customer and our client, let me do your laundry. How about we really make a difference? And that's one of the things, and I think that's what creates some of the passion in you, because you have a lot of interests. You're a really fun entrepreneur to talk to. I love to talk to entrepreneurs, but it's fun. It's this fun part of it, but in being fun, it's because you're serving your population. Some of the fun things that David has forced me to look at, even as long as I have been in massage therapy, is we sat down and we really ran some numbers on the type of changes that massage therapy. I mean, this was all the way outside of laundry. He was like, Amy, how do massage therapists actually make more money? He really wanted to know what he could tell his clients that would help them just as a bonus of being his client. Like, these are I think we came up with like 4 changes and of different things that you could do to generate more income in the same amount of time, which in turn created more time for the person, more money, and more ability to bring different people in to help them inside their business and just perpetuate this whole thing we're talking about. And one of them that we talk about, which is one I talk about all the time, is raise your prices $5. Raise them $5 for across the board. And how much did we figure? How much did we figure someone could make in a year?
Oh, it was like 12,000 or 8,900 or something with the $5 increase.
Yeah, depending on the number you did, anywhere from
Yeah.
four to $7,000. Okay, listen very closely. That's a lot of laundry. You won't spend that much in laundry.
No.
No, but
If you do, that means you're really, really, really busy.
yeah, you have multi-therapist location at that point. And we need some of those for you. We'll give you a couple multi-therapist locations. But it was just his perspective to get outside of that box a little bit. But he has some really, really great insights, some really great tools that he sat down and developed for our industry, for massage therapists. And I was really impressed with the way that he did that. But in fact, I think you have a time calculator that you generated for us.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
That follows this principle. Tell us about your time calculator, because we're going to include the link that people can go do this.
Oh,
right?
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you and I were sitting down and talking about, well, you were telling me about how you help people craft a schedule and the life that they want to live.
Reverse engineer. We call it reverse engineer. Yeah. Yes. How much do you want to earn? How many hours can you work? What does that make it so you need to charge?
Absolutely. So we made this calculator, and there's 2 parts to it. Basically, there's an actual calculator where you can put in your current income and then your desired income, and then you put in your weekly rate, and then how many sessions per week your ceiling is, whether it's 18 or 20 or 22 or 16 or 12, whatever maximum you want to work per week. The calculator will then figure out, based on where you are and where you want to get to, what your weekly income goal is going to be, what you need to do to bridge that gap. Then there's a separate tool that's included in this that's in Trello, and it's basically kind of a schedule, and you can just play around with, so if you figured out your ceiling is 16 sessions per week, then you can kind of build out what your week looks like visually in a visual format, because I wanted to be able to, help people visualize what their week is going to look like, whether it's, adding in time for continuing education or, marketing efforts or the possibility to add in higher value sessions or longer sessions, and I know you've said like at the beginning or the end of the day. So we've included all of that.
I think this is an amazing tool because this is what people reach out to me for. What you're talking about right here is probably my first or second coaching call with people is teaching.
Oh, that's great.
Is teaching. I know you're giving it away from free. Look at you go. So thanks, David. I really but no, actually, I think it's brilliant because I don't have to hold people's hands to do this. I mean, I do, but teaching people about how to understand your business, how to really do the nuts and bolts. My dad called it the black and white. What do the numbers tell you? What do the numbers tell you that you should do? And this is one of those numbers. If you want to earn a certain amount and you can only physically work a certain amount, then what do you end up having to charge? And then how do you schedule that out in your schedule to make sure that you, number one, get all the people in, and number two, create a plan to get to that pricing if you're not there, because we all can do that. What does that really look like? What are the skills you add? What are the add-on services? What are the, all of those things? And I'm going to interject right back in here again that if somebody's doing your laundry, you have the mental capacity and time to sit down and figure this out because you're not spending it somewhere else.
Should we go through like a practice, like a sample?
Yeah, sure. I think that'd be awesome.
So what would be, let's start with somebody's current annual income. What do we want to start with?
Well, I picked a number, but this was like 8 or 9 years ago of 60,000 a year. You'd be surprised how many massage therapists are still trying to get to that number. But I
Okay.
like people to get to 60,000 or more. So let's tip into 70,000 a year. Let's say 70,000 a year.
Okay, so 70 would be our desired income.
Yep. Now let's go to $75 and say like 15 massages.
Okay, $75 is the session rate,
Uh-huh.
and 15 massages a week is the ceiling.
Uh-huh.
So trying to make $1,400 a week, which
Uh-huh.
is 70,000 a year. Required session per week now goes up to 19. At $75, you'd have to work 19 sessions a week, which is four more than your personal limit,
Right.
at least in this example. So the new rate, if you wanted to work only 15 sessions per week, you would actually have to charge $93. So using the calculator, you could say, okay, well, 15 is my limit. I'm charging $75 per hour. To make my goal of 70,000 a year, I actually need to increase my income by almost $20 a session. Or you have to work 4 sessions more per week, which ultimately is unsustainable.
Thank you. Thank you for that word. It is unsustainable. You are correct. This is where some of the things come in that you and I talk about. And this is where I bring in what I know with massage therapists. We talk about what is the way that you go from earning, 75 to 95, basically. How do you create those increment changes to get there? And that's kind of what David called me about. Like, how do I actually teach massage therapists to do this so that they in turn, realize that my best interest is in them staying in this job and making more and earning more profit, and then turn around and be able to utilize his service to perpetuate their career in this way. Yeah, that's the way we came around to it. So how do you earn 20 more dollars an hour? Well, you have to schedule a coaching call with me and then I'll tell you. Or if you listen to other podcasts, then you can find out. Or if you sign up for David's little newsletter, which will include a link as well, he has 4 different ways that him and I came up with to teach you how to do this.
Absolutely. I guess to back up, when you and I started working together and you helped me try to figure out, or you helped me understand what massage therapists can do to improve their hourly or session rates, we put together a report, which was the top 4 mistakes that you saw in your clients. And then you put together a little mini course that taught 5 different things that massage therapists can do to increase their earnings without having to see any additional clients. So I'm really excited to get this out there. We've got this 5 email mini course that teaches all of these items.
David, I was really excited to do this with you. I mean, this is like powerful stuff. And it took you motivating me in a different way to help people with this. But I mean, some of the ways that you can earn more money are raising $5 an hour, or understanding how to create a menu that people want to spend $20 more with you to get to that, or, creating different experiences. But it really outlines it for people. And it is a powerful tool.
I mean, it goes back to, if we can, as an industry, if laundry people can serve the massage therapy community better, meaning we can support massage therapists not only with quality laundry services, but also through putting resources that help them achieve their business goals, then that comes back and helps us. When you and I started working together, really the inspiration has been to serve the massage therapy community in a far deeper way than any laundry service has ever done. Because I see the benefit in supporting people's careers, and that's what you do. So you're part of that package of helping people achieve their business goals. And, we come along with the laundry side. Hopefully more and more industries start adopting this, where it's like, here's full on support, for like, whether it's tools, coaching, and tangible physical services,
right,
that help people with what it is they're trying to achieve. So I just think it's super exciting. I can't wait to get out there and start expanding it.
Well, we can't stop talking about it. You and I get together and it's like little bees in
Yeah.
the hive. We talk about this, but you know what, David? People don't talk about this. I don't, and it's not just our industry. People don't really discuss growth and numbers and change, and you don't find other companies that support this sort of thing. I talk to other coaches, and they're coaching on client management and all this stuff, and I'm trying to teach people real numbers, how to really look at your business and not let your business run you over, but how you can actually build your business and grow it and grow. Even as a solopreneur, how do you truly get your head wrapped around this whole concept and then give yourself a raise and give yourself the ability to move up and understand the possibilities? Possibilities are huge. Dreaming is huge, but turning it into a real number is probably the start of it all. And I think that's what I've learned working with you, because your brain looks at numbers and looks at how things drive, and my brain looks at numbers and hours with massage therapists, and then coming together and then showing how the two work together so well, and then having you develop some of the tools that you did for my industry. I think it's really great, and I think these tools will help a lot of people see their businesses a little bit differently, but also know that there's more possibilities, and there's also help for you to get your business moving in the right direction as well.
Absolutely.
So, share your dream with us.
Yeah, well,
You're coming to
we,
Idaho with your dream first, right? Because I need you to come
I
here
would love to come to Idaho to dream.
because you're up in Canada, a few hours away from me. But
Yeah, it's not that far.
but share your dream, because I think that even some of the people listening might have an opportunity for themselves in their own community. But tell us where
Yeah.
you're hoping your laundry service will go.
Yeah, well, what I want to do is basically I want to serve two groups of people, the laundry industry and the massage therapy industry, massage therapists.
Mhm.
And I think that by combining the services, by combining basically taking a laundry service and adding business tools, coaching, education through what you provide and bringing it all together. So it's like we're gonna take care of you and do your laundry, but we also have these support tools for you. We want to include free resources and as much help as people can get so that it helps them achieve their business goals. So what I envision is nationwide across Canada and the US. And I've got lots of wonderful laundry industry contacts to bring the laundry side of it together. But I would love to create a service where we go into various communities and we partner with local laundry service owners. So we would partner with a local laundromat and that has pickup and delivery. And because that's our world, we can make sure that there's a certain level of quality and they have to meet certain criteria. But we are the person that facilitates serving the massage therapy community specifically. So we are actually the client of the laundry service. So we demand certain things as a business. We take care of the massage therapist because they're our client. So they don't have to worry about finding a local service and hopefully they're okay and hopefully they don't mess up. Just as an example, one of our clients is a dentist's office. It's actually my dentist, but she's got a busy practice with 8 or 9 dentists that work there and a whole bunch of staff, and so we do all of their scrubs. They came to us because they had a laundry service that had lost a whole bunch of their scrubs, and the laundry service refused to admit that it was. And even if it wasn't their fault, the dentist's office truly believed that it was. So we're of the mindset like, look, even if I can't prove that it wasn't my fault, but I want to make sure that you're taken care of. We will make this right. We hope that as we start to serve more and more communities and more massage therapists, we develop a brand of trust, really trust as a service. And we bring in quality laundry services for a preferred rate, in fact, for the massage therapist. And everything we do as a laundry service is meant to serve the massage therapy community. The only client we'll have through this service is massage therapists. We won't serve anybody else. We want to be the best at serving massage therapists, not only just through laundry, but through full support. through the tools that you bring in coaching and education, through developing digital tools that assist them in their business, and by providing laundry all together, I think we can create something very powerful that serves the community far deeper than certainly any other laundry service does, like globally.
I think you already have started that. I would
Yeah.
be serious with the different tools and the conversations that we've
Yeah.
had. I don't really think anybody is serving my industry
Mhm.
quite the same with the knowledge, the education, the coaching, the different things that you're doing. It's just a great marriage. It's just a great blend. So, I almost bought this laundromat that was for sale in my town.
Mhm. Oh, no way. That's hilarious.
Well, it was after I met you, and I was like,
Oh,
because David told me that he wants to meet laundromat owners, create these relationships, teach them how to take care of massage therapists, put all of these tools in that him and I have developed. And I was like, well, why couldn't I serve, the massage therapist in my town? And but the reality of it is I don't have the time to do that. But I would love someone in my town doing that.
well, I think we should start.
Well, my town's not the only town that you can start. So, what would you tell people? Because really, there isn't someone doing this type of service in my town. There's not. So, I can tell you that some of the massage therapists, listening to this, are like, "What if I don't have this in my town? What do I do?"
Well, for now, I would encourage them to get in touch with us. So, Amy, maybe we can provide the link. But for now, I have a local laundry service.
Right.
What we're talking about will be under a different brand ultimately. For right now, if people wanted to stay in touch with us, I would say go to guelphlaundry.ca/RMT report. So Guelph is spelled Guelph, guelphlaundry.ca/RMT report.
And it's okay. The
Um,
link will be in the podcast, so you can click on it too.
because I know Guelph is
For
kind of
those
a
of us that can't spell, yeah, I know.
or feel free to email me directly, info@guelphlaundry.ca. I would love to build those connections,
Yeah.
and if we see that there's a lot of interest in one specific area, then maybe we start focusing in on that particular area and develop the relationships with the local laundry service providers, and then you and I can facilitate all of the coaching and all the other side of it.
But create the opportunity for some of you out there who really want to see how this makes a difference in your career. Go find somebody. Go out and see what you can do to find somebody who's willing to work and bring this information in, because it's a system. It really is a system that would work well. Don't be afraid to go out and say, hey, laundromat, would you do my laundry? And here's this really great option for you as a business to grow, because that's just networking. That's
Mhm.
just networking at its finest,
That's
and
right.
create more opportunity for you. But you might actually be bringing in a service that supports you and a lot of your colleagues in your industry as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I see it as it's win-win-win on all sides. Like if we go to the local laundry services and say, look, we've gotten really good at serving massage therapists. This is all we do. We will take care of the massage therapist and we'll give you the laundry. You guys take care of it in this way. These are our quality controls that we want to see. If you can agree to all of that, then we're happy to bring you the business, and serve our clients for us. I think it's wonderful because there's a lot of laundry services out there that they have no idea about how to serve B2B. They don't know how to get out there, and certainly they don't have experience with massage therapists.
They have no idea how much laundry we do. They have no idea. If they had any idea, they would know that we are their number one client.
That's right. Yeah. That's why it's such a beautiful relationship.
I can see this. And you know what? I'm really looking forward to watching your business grow and your dream grow. And I'm just going to tag along and see how all of this goes, because, again, I've just really been impressed with your real passion for everything that you're doing, and how you like to help people. And I think that's the number one thing, is you do like to help people.
Thank you. Thank you. And it's such a learning experience. Like it's just been absolutely awesome. So I'm excited for the next step. I'm excited for us to start putting this package out there in front of people.
I'm hoping that people listening will go exactly to where we're telling them, because there is some really powerful tools. There's some really powerful free business tools for them to get that we've put together. This has been a great podcast. It's been eye-opening. My biggest hope for my listeners through this is to know that there's something building here, but also that they really need to look into ways to bring on other services to help them inside their business so that they can grow. That is actually a stumbling block to growth, is not being willing to have different parts of your business portioned out to people to help you in order to take your energy and put it to where you make money the most, and that is at the massage table. So this is just one of the best tools I think that you can do to do that. But Dave, is there anything else you want to tell our audience as we're closing up our podcast today?
No, I mean, other than I just want to thank everybody I want to thank you for having me on, and I want to thank the massage therapy community for helping our business. If anybody who's listening is in the Guelph, Kitchener, Waterloo area, and we'd love to connect and talk to you about what we're planning next.
I think that's awesome. So everybody up there in Canada, you need to be reaching out to Mr. David, because he is your best friend when it comes to doing laundry. All right. This was an awesome podcast. Again, there's going to be lots of goodies in the description, so click on everything. And we hope to have you guys join us on the next podcast next week. And David, we'll have you back again.
Sounds good, Amy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll talk soon. Hi, everyone. I'm back. So as we were filming this, David and I had a pretty good blooper, and I thought I would include it just for a good laugh for you today. So instead of spending that weekend sorting, washing, folding, refolding that one shit.
That's what we call a Freudian slip.
Shit. Refolding that one sheet that refuses to behave. And by the way, I don't fold sheets anymore. When I had fitted sheets, I rolled them because I got tired of trying to do those corners. Thank you for listening. For more information about classes, products, or coaching, go to amybradleyradford.com. And if you've liked what you've heard, please subscribe and leave us a review.